All right, we'll show him in.
And he's pretty cute, too.
How are you,
Nice
sir?
to meet you, Mr. Berry.
Please make yourself at home.
My name is Calvin from RockCity.com.
Calvin.
Yeah.
RockCity.com. I've been there many times.
So let's talk about your album.
It's like, what is it? Our 17th album, and we're pretty excited about LPs and that, so you can have and hold as well. At least the fans will be pleased. I don't know if we'll win over any new, any of the new kids, but
Only one way to find out. So, and you're originally from the UK?
Yeah, you can barely tell. I about lost my accent. I've been arrested in Europe. Well, actually, I did get arrested a couple times, but we'll say that for a different interview. What I thought was a decent amount of money, it turned out to be dead wrong about that. And first fetched up in New York, and it was just too bloody expensive. So I had several people tell me that Austin, Texas was where I belong. So throwing me guitar over my shoulder, I got my case full of me mega possessions, and I started hitchhiking. Next thing you know, yeah, there you go.
No, I'm not feeling that off.
There you go. You
Catches up with you. Oh, that's a good thing. Yeah. Wow.
I could tell you more stories than that. Anyway, I ended up getting let out in the middle of the desert, like a ghost town. It's like a kind of place you'd have to kill a bloke just to start the cemetery. Almost out of like the vapor appears this, raven hair and olive skin, and she just kind of gives me a nod like this, and I would I'm attracted like a magnet, right? And I was just 19 at the time. When I was a lad, I was a pretty decent looking bloke. I thought maybe it was just she wanted a quick shag or something, and I'd be kicked to the curb. But she said she was going to take me to her casita. And I didn't know what a casita was at that time, and so I was game for anything at that point. I was broke and was taught a few lessons that day, I'll tell you, and it was brilliant. We, I don't think I touched anything other than her and my guitar for about a month.
Wow.
And it was everything about her was just so inspirational. I mean, she just exuded love and lust and laughter. And pick up my guitar, there would be this new chord progression that was great, and everything come out of my mouth was poetry. And yeah, she was a wonder to behold. This one, I don't even know if she was like a classic beauty, but in my mind, she's just like the idealized woman, still perfect. It's just like every line on her face was just lovely, and just everything, every move she made was just pure grace. So after about a month of just constant bliss, I noticed that there was a bit of a change in her attitude toward me, and one day, quite out of the blue, she stuffed a lot of money in my hand and basically told me to piss off. And, I was gobsmacked by it. I mean, I was head over heels for her. I thought this was my soulmate, and I found the woman of my dreams. But so I think a lot of that pain from that time went into the next, several songs that I wrote, that have gone on to make me walk on it. I kind of realized now that, she was doing what she thought was best for me, because I'd lost sight of my goals, and, she remembered them for me. I remember distinctly one thing she told me. She told me, you'll never be great unless you're not afraid to suck. And it was brilliant advice, it really was, because, when we started off, we had, many an awkward gig. And, but I wasn't, I'll go months at a time without thinking about it these days, it's been so many years. But, when I stop and think about it, I realized that, so much of the music that I even write today is still inspired by her. I think she's still that part of me soul that is, still wants to prove myself and still wants to. It's a surrealistic time in my life, but I still think it affects me today. I wake up sometimes and I still wake up and wonder, where she is or if she was.